Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today. Sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, anything I say is alleged and in my very, very personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some meat and potatoes, some housekeeping items. It is free to follow me. Free to follow me on this channel, Anonymous Tea. Free to follow me on my other channel, Anonymous Tea Podcast. There is new content over there. Follow me on the Tickety Talk at Anonymous Tea Podcast. Free to follow me on the Instagram. On the Instagram, he's at Anonymous Reality Tea. Free to share everywhere. Free to like the video so it gets out to the algorithm. Free to share with your family, your friends, and your foes, and coming or going, hit the like button. So today we are talking Love Island USA Season 7, Episode 19, and I'm going to just tell y'all the episode sucked. The episode sucked. It was an hour and a half of my life. I cannot get back, you guys. Also, an update to the Jeremiah petition. I've been posting about it on my Tickety Talk. It is up to 46,000 signatures, y'all. I think this is the most for any of the Islanders, because I think Charlie has one. Nobody cares. There's one for Bella, but nonetheless, this one almost has 50,000, and celebrities are speaking out. Ryan Destiny spoke out. Ryan Destiny, why I keep saying Ryan Destiny? Ryan Destiny, Keith Powers, the Kardashians, Lizzo, Meg Thee Stallion, Justin Bieber, people from Big Brother, like everybody in the reality TV space that watches this, that they're all pissed off. Even the old Islanders, even the LA Rams was throwing shade and was playing up Huda's, I'm a mamacita, right? But they said these are the only couples we recognize, and it was Serena and Cordell and Leah and Miguel, and I was like, what are we throwing shade at? And I figured out it was the season. This season is the shade. Love Island, if y'all don't bring back Jeremiah, it's curtains. Curtains are closing. It is a wrap, like Mariah Carey says. Like, what are we doing out here? So, nonetheless, you guys, they start off with the episode having the audacity, and by the audacity, I mean trying to justify dumping Hannah and Jeremiah. And just they're just not making sense. Nick is up here talking about this is all in the past. No, it's not. The girls are having a powwow. Amaya, she is having PTSD because she feels like the men hate her and don't want her there and don't know why she's there. So she's having a meltdown. And Huda's like, listen, looky here. Like we kept you. Ignore what's going on over there. But Amaya still had a breakdown in the dressing room. And then Ace is grilling Shelly as to why they kept Hannah, why they sent home Hannah and why they kept Amaya. And I'm like, Ace the hardware store, stop it. See, here's the thing. Here's why the scamming allegations, are not working, so to speak, because we're missing the love aspect with these scammers, right? Because you should be focusing in and doing all this lovey-dovey stuff, but you're too locked in on everyone else and what everybody else has got going on. So I'm over the rest of these people. Pepe is pissed. He's pissed. He's like lying awake in bed. He's pissed that Hannah's gone for only a few minutes though. So next day, the girls wake up, they wake everybody up, they said they're going to do a kissing challenge. Another kissing challenge, right? And so nonetheless, the men have on blindfolds. They're standing on platforms with allegedly noise cancellation headphones, but I don't know if I buy it. But anyways, Ariana comes out and she has these poster boards that tells the girls that they're leaving for CASA AMOR. So they are so excited and everything else. And I am not excited because I have a feeling this is not going to give. And I was right. The episode's boring. Bring back Jeremiah and Hannah expeditiously, you guys. So what happened was we got extended time of the guys being rewarded of having the CASA girls come over and kiss all over them, right? So there's 5 CASA girls and 6 guys. Right? So we have Coco, who is given Meg Thee Stallion type of, frame and everything else. And we have Clark, and we have Grayson, I think her name is. We have Jaden, and we have Vanma, right? So they all do their kisses. TJ's being a jerk. He's insulting all of them and saying basically all their kisses sucked and just being a real a-hole, right? And then, all the girls, some of them gave him pecks. Some of them, were tonguing him down and everything else. And then they told the girls, like, day one, stand in front of the person that you would like to be in a couple with. And basically, Ariana said, you got to be in a couple with somebody. We're switching things up for Casa Amor. And I don't know if I like this or not, because here's the problem, right? So you're going to have these people couple up for Casa Amor because the existing couples that they're in aren't as far along compared to previous seasons. Compared to previous seasons, there's at least a few couples that are way more progressed, have been on dates, have at least been to the hideaway, everything else. All of these couples are gamers. All of them are so gamers. They're worried about everybody else. They're dumping the people that actually have the romantic connections. So it's just all weird. It's all weird. It's all bizarre. So basically, Ariana says everybody's single right now and you could choose who you want to be with. So Vanma wants to choose Ace, the hardware store, and people are going in on Vanma because they don't believe that she's in her early 20s. They believe she is in her 50s or 60s, you guys. So I don't know what type of procedure she had, but return to sender. She needs to get her money back because I don't know what happened there. Then we have Jaden, who is matched up with Austin, y'all. And I think this is production's doing. This is production. It has production written all over it. I keep telling y'all Austin is the Bergie of the season, and I will say it until I am blue in the face because they want Austin to have a connection. Just conveniently, him and this girl both have tattoos on their bottom lip, y'all. And Austin says the F word. And hers, I think, says babe or baby or something. So I already see what the play is for that, to have a girl for Austin, right? Then we have Gracian, who is basically like a clone of Hannah, if you will, for Pepe. So Pepe all of a sudden was distraught the night before, but now seems to be okay that his Hannah lookalike is right then and there in front of his face. Then we have Clark. So what happened was, by the time that we got to the end, was there ended up not being anybody who chose Nick, and there was nobody who chose TJ. The girls felt TJ was rude, and they just weren't feeling his vibe. And then for Nick, he's all trying to play like, oh, I've been humbled, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Do y'all know Taylor was the hot commodity? He had Coco, and he had Clark, right? And so he is in heaven. He is in cloud 9, y'all. He is feeling himself. So he decides to go with Coco, and Clark decides to go with Nick. However, Nick really isn't feeling Clark like that, so he's going to make a beeline and try to go for Jaden. So Ariana reveals TJ is the single man left out, and essentially he has 24 hours to try to find a connection, or it sounds like he's at risk of being dumped from the villa. It sounds like he might be dumped tomorrow, which would be interesting to be dumped during Casa Amor. Now, here's a plan that I have for you, production. Can you dump, if you're going to dump TJ, can you bring back, well, I don't feel Jeremiah should come back to the main villa. I feel Jeremiah should be in the Casa villa. So that way, when it's time for everybody to come back, because that's another thing Ariana revealed, was that everybody's going to be coming back to the villa, is you do the big reveal of Jeremiah's return from when Casa Amor ends, right? Because it's clear that these dudes hate him, so he can become, boys with the new dudes at Casa Amor or whatever else. But what are we doing, right? So I think TJ's on the chopping block, but it sounds like Nick wants to really get to know Jaden, and he's trying to play the whole, I'm a nurse. I see you got diabetes and you got the, I already see what's about to happen. So I don't know if he's going to take Austin's girl, but I feel like they're going to end up dumping TJ because I feel like Ariana's not even feeling TJ. What my dream would be is for TJ and Vanma to couple up so then it dumps Ace. But I feel like they want to keep Ace around for as long as possible. They want to keep him around for movie night. They want to keep him around for all the shenanigans because he's giving producer plant. So anyways, that is it for that. So we moved to Casa Amor, and they've like jazzed up Casa Amor. They have this revolving door. It looks really nice. However, I'm gonna need these girls to pep in their step. These girls are acting like they have, went on this girls trip, and they do not want to be there. They look like they want to be back home, and they never signed up to be on the girls trip. I'm like, can we bring some life into y'all? So nonetheless, the Ariana has like a pop the balloon type of thing where the girls literally have to pop the balloon, and each of them were kind of lame because it was all like, oh, kiss two boys that you think is this, kiss two boys think you think is that. But back at the villa, all the boys got to freely kiss all of the girls. Make it make sense. Why didn't the girls have that same type of opportunity to kiss everybody, right? So the same people kept getting picked and everything else. The Asian Zach with a K, he apparently is a friend of Miguel's and is from Manchester, is from the UK. Listen, Love Island, USA. But can we stop bringing in these people from the UK or from Australia? But we know it's not going to last beyond the show, or from Europe, or from wherever, right? We know it's not going to last beyond the show. All of these people are up here on TikTok talking about how they could have been casted for the show and that their flight got canceled or whatever else, and they look 100 times better than some of these bombshells y'all keep putting in. So we get Elon, who looks like a cuter version and a taller version of Nick. He seems completely zeroed in on Sierra. So we'll just get to the couples because, the episode sucked. The episode was boring, you guys. It was a snooze fest. So same thing, the girls stand on these platforms and the guys have to choose who they want to be with. And I feel like they should have did this episode 1 of this season. They should have allowed the men to choose who they wanted versus the girls choosing who they wanted. But nonetheless, what ended up happening here was JD all chose Huda. And I'm questioning this. And I'll tell you why a little bit later. Brian he is feeling him some adrenalina. He loves him some adrenalina, right? And we have Zach with the C. He is interested, I believe, in Iris, right? So there you go, right? He's interested in Iris. And so then we come down to Zach with a K, and we come down to Chris. And so they both are on either side of Shelly. So here's the thing, y'all. Y'all know I'm Team Shelly. Y'all know I voted for Shelly. Shelly had all my votes for favorite girl. And it's because she is that girl, right? And all these men, you can talk about Shelly till you're blue in the face, but all these men want her. She is the hot commodity. She is the it girl. She is the one causing all this conversation. And this was no different up at Casa Amor. Chris was feeling her. Chris is sky high, you guys. He is so high. He is breaching the heavens, you guys. Like that's how tall this man is. And then of course we have Zach with the K. So Shelly was like, Ariana's like, you've never been in a love triangle before, have you? And Shelly's like, wow. And so nonetheless, she ended up choosing Chris, which I think was the right decision. However, unfortunately, y'all, Alondria and Amaya Papaya, they were left where nobody wanted them. Now, here's the thing. I think Amaya, those of you who watch Love Island UK, I think she is getting the Danica treatment from, I think it was season 8. She was a bombshell that came in, and she tried to pair up with Luca, and Luca was just so mean to her and so disrespectful and everything else, and was like, I told you not to pick me, and da-da-da-da-da. And it just had like a negative impact on her time in the villa, because anybody else that coupled up with her, like it was just, you could just tell they just weren't interested, and they were just there either to secure their safety or not to look like an a-hole, right? But they weren't really interested in her like that. And I feel like this is the same thing with Amaya. I don't know what it is. I don't know if she's coming on too strong. I don't know if her personality is not a match, or if it has just been poisoned by the way Ace treated her and by the way that Austin is treating her, that maybe these bombshells are just not seeing it or not featuring it. I don't know. But none of the less, she was left alone. and Landry was left alone. And so what ended up happening was Zach with a K had to choose between the two of them, you know, who was he going to get this couple with? So he ends up choosing Alandria, but still says he wants to get to know Amaya Papaya. Now, here's the thing with Alandria, though. Ariana said that Amaya's got 24 hours or she might be up out of here. Alandria is under the impression that she is married off to Taylor. Meanwhile, Taylor's over at the villa, and he's telling the gentleman that, that Coco is Alandria in a different body. And the conversation that we left off with him and Alandria after 3 weeks asking what each other's fruit was. Oh, no. Him and Coco on the first conversation, they're planning out their future. They're talking about how they can have, the last name. She can have his last name, Williams, and he's given her eye contact. He is, showing a lot more interest. He's given her compliments and all of these things, all of the things that I do not see him doing for Alandria. So those of you who are saying that production's hiding their footage and that they do so much stuff, but production it doesn't want to show you that because they don't want them to get the win. No. I told y'all he was not interested in Alandria, and this is night and day. These two women, her and Clark, went after Taylor on purpose because they know he's not interested in Alandria, and they are going to work overtime to see if they can secure their spot and end up in a situation where Alandria is a CASA victim. So none of the less, you guys. Alandria is talking about how she misses Taylor, everything else, and I was surprised because Shelly made it seem like everybody was open, but really that's not true. It's not true because Alandria really isn't open. So that could mess her up in this couple with Zach, because Zach tried to talk to Amaya, and it was weird because she had to have a conversation about boundaries and saying babe and whether or not that was a problem. Like, Ace has really traumatized this girl. And so nonetheless, she asks for a kiss, and he said he's 50-50, and they still kiss anyways. And maybe, Amaya Papaya is not reading the room, is not reading these signals, but I understand she has to get up and be a little bit more, taking everything on a lot more quickly and a little bit more at an accelerated rate because she doesn't want to get dumped. But I just don't know. I'm a little bit concerned about Alandria if she's about to get herself dumped from the villa before Casa Amor even officially starts, because she thinks that Taylor is out here being faithful to her. And this is the thing. You guys are so locked in on game mode. You guys are so locked in, oh, America likes us. America just voted us top boy, top girl. They're not going to do anything at Casa Amor. Have you watched the show before? None of that matters. None of that matters. Because here's the thing. It doesn't matter as long as the Islanders are going to keep you in this villa and you have an opportunity to still get to that final. They do not care. And this is why the boys kept saying that they were open, because they knew that Casa Amor was going to be around the corner, and this could be their excuse to have their own little, we could do whatever we want. We can have our little bachelor weekend or whatever else. And no, right? So that was kind of the gist of the episode. We didn't see too much Huda, and thank goodness we did not see too much Huda. They gave, what is her name? Adrina. They gave her and Brian the star special. They gave them the star special, the main character edit. Iris is nowhere to be found, you guys. I don't know if she's still in the show or not. I mean, I know she is because she didn't get dumped, unfortunately, but she should have got dumped the other night, because where was her screen time, y'all? Her screen time is a non-factor. So I feel like they're pushing heavy Shelly, and they're pushing heavy Andrina, and whether or not Amaya Papaya is going to secure her safety. That seems to be the major storylines. And I feel like for Andrina, they should bring in Jeremiah at the end. Because you can tell she still misses Jeremiah. Now, I'm sure Brian has a lot more of a personality than Jeremiah does, but Jeremiah looks better. Jeremiah is fine. We also find out from Shelly that she is into tall men. She loves her tall, athletic men. So nonetheless, Ace, I see what was happening here, right? So she might have actually did like Austin, because when she chose her quote unquote type, she did choose, she had like a black man and a white man that she chose. So it seems like she's, listen. There's no discrimination on Shelly's part, but none of the less, you guys, I think I'm just bored. If Jeremiah does not come at the end of the week, I mean, people are talking about being done with the season and being done with the show forever and turning all their attention to the UK show or turning their attention to something else. Like production, y'all fumbled. Y'all really fumbled this. And y'all don't realize how much y'all fumbled this. And y'all are trying to look for some type of shock elimination. This isn't Big Brother. This isn't Survivor. This is a dating show. Make it make sense. So, nonetheless, we will see what happens. I am not confident about the rest of this CASA AMOR thing, because I feel like putting all these people in couples is kind of lame, and making everybody single is kind of lame, but I get it. Everybody's gaming right now. Everybody's too concerned about being liked by America, and everybody's too concerned about winning the 100K than developing their own personal romantic connections. They're more concerned about strategy and trying to vote each other out like Big Brother and everything else, and it's taking away from what we love about the show. We're missing the romance. We're missing the dates. We're missing the hideaways. We're missing the time where we used to vote on who the bombshells could take out on a date somewhere and everything else. Or they get to make dates for each other at the villa. Somebody makes, the appetizer, the entree, the main course, and the dessert. Like just little things to where you are, trying to date and get to know people, have real conversations. And that all seems to be lost. It's all about kissing challenges and spitting different substances in each other's mouths with these nasty food and drink challenges and everything else. And it's like, we got to stop. We got to get back to the basics of what this show, why people like this show, and seeing real connections develop. And if everybody's just there for clout and brand deals and everything else, and just wiping out connections that have real legitimate connections because you're insecure, it's not fun for us to watch, because now we're sitting here looking at all these people that have no connections. If you do something at CASA AMOR, it's not going to have the same impact because you were doing nothing in your couple anyways. None of y'all were closed off. So it's not going to have the impact that you think it's going to have. So that is why production said, hey, all of y'all are going to be coming back and we'll make it do what it do. And we're going to switch it up and do an elimination even as well in CASA AMOR, because a lot of y'all are not giving what y'all think y'all giving. So we will see how this goes, but I was bored. It was a snooze fest. It wasn't worth tuning in, you guys, but we will see where it goes from here. So there is that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post a content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.